My Pacifica order arrived. I'm super excited about it. Look at all of the stuff. This mask I got for free. And I can't wait to try all this. It's for curly hair, so I have a lot of things to try for my curly hair journey. Got out of the doctor's office, so I'm going to walk over to a coffee shop because I went to the doctor just because I've been feeling just so exhausted, which isn't anything unusual because I've been feeling exhausted and tired since I was younger, but I just really wanted to start trying to get to the bottom of it of like, do I have ADHD or like what's going on with me? Do I have some kind of autoimmune disorder? So she ordered a bunch of labs and like blood work, which I hate, but I didn't pass out, so that was good. But they did take a bunch. I love this fall. It's so relaxing. I love hearing the water flowing. It's beautiful today. There's another bridge over there. There's so many beautiful bridges. So today I had a call with a potential investor after my doctor appointment, but as soon as I got on the call, she was saying that they were looking for somebody who will almost be like a property manager, I feel like, because she didn't like that me and the other investor that I have. So my GoPro died, so I charged it while I was on my way to my apartment. So I don't know how much of that y'all got, but today's a beautiful day. I went to a cafe, had my doctor appointment, and I talked to a potential investor who was in my women business group on Facebook, and they live in Vancouver, British Columbia, and they wanted to quickly just hop on like a video chat with me, which I'm always open for, like just new opportunities and things like that. I'm always open to it. And so I hopped on, and literally after we were on for maybe just a few minutes, she was like, I was explaining kind of like where we're gonna have the glamping and all this kind of stuff, and she was like, oh, well, that's not what we're looking for, the type of model. Like, we want someone who's going to be like taking care of it themselves, like cleaning it and being boots on the ground, like managing it and living in the same state as where they're building it. And I was like, no, well, we're gonna hire someone out to be doing those things. And then she's just like, and then she was like, well, we also wanted to own 100% of the business. And I'm thinking, what? Like, it's my idea. I've built, like, I've done all the research. How does this even make sense? Like, is this how investors work? I don't know. Y'all let me know down below, because, I mean, of course, this is my first time, so maybe I don't quite know how this works, but I thought that when I was looking for investors, then for my business, then I would be the business owner. And I was like, I think you're looking more for a property manager. And she was like, no, like, we want partners. And I was like, and she's like, we don't want to be silent partners. And I was like, well, I'm not necessarily looking for silent partners, but I am looking for someone who maybe could, I mean, they're not going to have 100% of the business. They're going to be like, maybe I'm going to be 51% and they'll be a certain percentage. She just wasn't very clear on what she was wanting and everything like that. So it's a little bit weird. The call lasted 15 minutes, and then, so I didn't waste my time too much. So I just made myself daily harvest coffee, and I'm making some soup over here. So it's my favorite one. It's a delicious minestrone zucchini one. Has a lot of tomatoes, so that is what we're doing today. I'm going to go to the doctor later and go to the mall and just kind of like edit content and do a little studying, and it should be a pretty chill day. Yesterday, or actually last night, we were sleeping and you hear that chirping, and last night the I guess our smoke detectors, the battery was going out, and it started chirping at like 1 a.m. and Molly just flips out when she hears that sound. It just gives her so much anxiety, and she feels like she needs to get us out of the apartment. And so she just kept howling and howling and freaking out, and it was just really terrible. And so we took the batteries out because Jason had to get up super early today to go to work, and it wasn't chirping, but now it started like midday, and I can't reach it. The ceiling's too tall. Even with my little step stool, I can't reach it to change the battery out. So I found a battery, but I can't change it out, and I've been trying to keep Molly calm. I gave her a bunch of CBD, and I'm keeping the door closed to the bedroom, and I've had the jazz music like super loud, because as soon as it started chirping, she started howling again and freaking out, and she's just been on edge, and it's just been like really aggressively like trying to nudge me with her nose and really upset over the chirping. But so far right now, she's kind of calmed down after the CBD and everything, and the music's been playing. But it's like, it's good that she's doing that though, because that means if there was a fire and this was going off, then she would let us know. I was wearing my wax earplugs last night, so I didn't hear like what she was upset over. I just heard her howling, and Jason said he probably wouldn't have woke up if I hadn't woke up, and I was like, really? Like, you would not have woke up with the thing chirping? Like, I would have woke up with the chirping, because I wake up so easily. But with her howling, for sure I'm gonna wake up. Like, she whines and I'm wide awake. I was like wide awake last night. I was like consoling her. I was like looking for the battery, and I was trying to figure this all out, and Jason was just like, oh my gosh, just like, be quiet and let's go to sleep. And I'm like, she's not gonna be quiet, like, unless we do something. Like, as long as it chirps, she's gonna keep howling. So we have to do something, either change the battery or figure out how to make it stop chirping, and then we could all get back to sleep. And so we were able to quickly get all that done. And I've not been too happy with the Pacifica pineapple curls kind of brand. I've not been okay with it. I feel like I lost a lot more hair, and I didn't do a whole review on this, I feel like, but I feel like that I lost a lot more hair when I was brushing it than usual. And first day of having it, of my hair like washed and having used that products, I feel like that my hair doesn't look as nice as using the mixed chick leave-in conditioner. But on my second or third day, I was kind of like more happy with it, I guess. I haven't sprayed it today, so I have my hair up, so I haven't sprayed it. Again, like, I refresh it with this like refresher spray for curls, and this one's for the Pacifica pineapple curls type of brand. And so I find that when I do that, I think my hair looks pretty good after like day 2 and 3.
But not the first day, which is weird because usually, like with the past stuff I've used, especially with the mixed chicks, I find that I like my hair on day 1 better than 2 and 3. So it's like the opposite. I don't know. So I'm gonna keep using that. I did buy a bunch of stuff from Target, and which is terrible because I have been so good about not spending money for years now and not shopping. And now that I'm trying to figure out my curly hair, I want to try all the products. I've been buying all these leave-in conditioners, all these different brands, all these sprays, masks, shampoos, conditioners, like you name it. I've been buying it. And I also bought more rabbit snails because I heard that Usagi might be kind of lonely, and so I ordered 3 spotted blue ones and some volcano ones. And so I'm kind of curious to see like what they look like. And apparently rabbit snails are not like super popular or anything. They're mostly like a niche type thing for really, really like enthusiasts that really like aquariums and things like that. Not everyone has them. So I was really happy to find these online. They're unique colors. I like really unique and different stuff. I don't like usually something that is very common. And so I purchased those, but it took me forever. It took days and days. These people's website, they're located in Denver, and I don't know, their website would not take my address. And they were like, you need to do it this way. Like, I kept trying to do it, and my card kept like pending but not actually going through. And so I have all these pending charges on my credit card though, and they said that it should reimburse me back. But once I tried it a few times, and then they got back to me finally and told me like how to do it, and so I tried to do it, and then they were like, no, like do it this way. So then I tried it again, and it went through this time. So I should have 6 rabbit snails coming, so Usagi should have a whole entire family. I don't know if I'm going to name these though, because they might all look the same, or 3 of them, and then the other 3, because I bought 3 that were the same color. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to distinguish between all of those and like which one's which, but they should be really cool. And I also ordered a tiger lotus plant, so that should be really pretty too. It's like a bulb and it blooms, and I'll have to show all of you. I don't think it's going, oh, it is going to arrive as a plant. I thought I ordered the bulb. No, it's going to arrive as a plant. So I just hope the leaves aren't all messed up, because I did go to the pet store with Jason on a date day that was so much fun. And we went to the pet store. I was trying to find rabbit snails there, but I bought Usagi. He was their last one. They usually don't get them in, they said. And so he was like the only one they had had for months. So I doubt they're going to get any in, and I doubt they're getting any in these colors I was looking for. Like, I really want to get one that is either orange spotted or a white and black spotted one. And I love these, the blue one that I've ordered, and also the volcano one that's like orange and like blue. It looks really pretty. But I don't really see a lot of photos of them because they're just not very common. So it should be cool once I start taking pictures and videos of them. Then it'll be kind of introducing them, because I couldn't really find anything online. I found a few photos, but that was about it. I didn't really see any representation online with these types of coloring. And so it should be cool. I'll start posting them to my Instagram. I noticed that Usagi's Instagram videos got some pretty good views and stuff, so I'm excited that people are kind of being introduced to rabbit snails, since a lot of people don't even know they exist or know about them. And when I first saw them, I saw them over a year ago, and I built the tank specifically for the rabbit snails, and they just really, really fascinated me. They just looked so unique, the way so much of themselves came out of their shell, and how like long their neck was, and how long their little snout like nose was, and almost like a little elephant trunk. It just looked so adorable, and so I just had to buy some. And also, I am looking at some property. I'm going to go look at some on Tuesday. There's 2 that I'm really interested in. And our lease got a little bit weird this year, so they didn't ask us to renew it because they said that we didn't go online. Although I know we did last year. We went online, but they said we didn't. But they said it didn't really matter because last year we were under the moratorium or whatever. So it was like, it didn't really matter. So we've been month to month apparently. And so we're going to keep going month to month. And ours isn't going to go up yet. They're going through batches and like sending renewals out to people in like batches. So I'm hoping that they don't send ours out for a while, because I would really like for us to go ahead and just like find a place and buy it. But I really want to find like a multi-family type property, so that way we can kind of use the income from the other properties to qualify for more of a loan. And so I did find a couple multi-properties that the numbers work pretty good on them, as long as they're not like super run down. And I wonder why they're still on the market, because they're pretty good. And I'm like, why are these 2 still on the market? And they have like yards and all this kind of stuff, and they're really cute. One of them I really, really love. As long as it looks nice in the inside, I don't know. Like, there's very few pictures. That's the only problem with these multifamily things, that they don't pay someone to like come out and take the photos. So, or at least with these two. So the photos look terrible. It's like the angles are all weird and off. I can't see anything. It looks so dreary and dark and just like really terrible photos. Jason was like, "Were these photos taken with a flip phone?" And I'm like, "Maybe." But so I'm gonna go try to look at them if they don't sell. They've been on the market for a couple of weeks, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to film it though, but I'm going to try to, because I think it'd be really fascinating just for y'all to see the properties and things like that. I just want to get Molly space. We just need more space. I want to get my stuff out of storage. It's been in storage for 4 years, and I'm just getting completely fed up with not having any of my things for this amount of time. I wasn't expecting this long. And for Molly just not to have a yard and not being able to roam and stuff, and she just barks just continuously all day long at people walking up and down the stairs and dogs and things out the window. Like, she's just such a sensitive dog, and so I really want to just get her in a house where she doesn't have to bark so much and she can really burn off her energy in the yard, because I can't take her for walks and things like that because she just pulls and she's just too big. So I just really want to get her a yard, and so we're gonna go look at that, or I'm gonna go look at that, and then because I'm the one who's like pushing us. Jason's just like along for the ride. Like, he just is like whatever. Like, he doesn't, I show him the stuff and he gets a little excited and he'll look at it, but he's just like, he doesn't really, he's not believing it until we actually are like going through it and we actually do it. Like, all of my ideas and like the pathway and like what I want to do, he doesn't necessarily like subscribe to it or believe it until it's actually happening. So, and I feel like we will. We both have decent credit scores, and I don't see why we wouldn't qualify for these multi-properties, as long as we can find a lender that will use the rental income to help us qualify for the loan amount. Then we should be pretty good, I think. I mean, it would be cheaper. Our mortgage would end up being cheaper. Our portion, once we rent out the other units, would be cheaper than if we just bought like a single condo or a single house. So it just makes more sense, I feel like, to do that route. Just save us some money on the other side of things. But it's, I mean, of course it's more risk, but I'm okay with that because I know that properties out here will always be in demand. And so, and we're really creative. Like, I will figure out a way to use the space for something. Like, even if we can't rent it out, let's just say, like, scenario, like, I can set it up so that it could be like a photography studio where photographers could come and do boudoir or different photo shoots or just different things, hold events. I don't know. There's just, you got to get creative. And I know that I have that potential, that I can pivot and I can figure it out and I can change things and change my plan and just figure out a way to get the space rented so that way it could pay for the mortgage, because the mortgage on it is really high, because it is like 3 properties, like a triplex. Both of them are triplexes, so it's not like super cheap, you know. In a property out here, if you buy a single family house or like a condo, it's going to run you close to $3,000 a month, which is ridiculous. I know, it's ridiculous, but that's just what it is. And so that's why we want to go do the FHA route, because we would have to have a really high like ratio of like income and the loan. So it's not going to be like the conventional like loan that's usually, they want like 28%. And so ours is going to be more like 40 or 50%, especially since I can't be on it because my income is a 1099 and not a W-2, and I don't have 2 years worth, or 3 years, it's 2 or 3 years to show. So I'm not going to be able to do that. My income won't count at all, I don't think, or if it does, it won't be count for much. So yeah, but that's what's going on. Oh, this chirping is driving me crazy. I gotta go finish studying. I did pretty good today. I kept putting my phone on like don't disturb type mode or something, or like focus mode, and so I was able to get a ton of studying done because I really need to get my real estate license and get that done. And I'm probably going to get my financial advisor license. My financial advisor thinks I would be really good at that, and so I'll probably do that once I get my real estate license, because I love continuing education, as long as it's not like going back to college, as long as it's like certifications and like smaller things, like bite-sized things that don't cost a ton of money and take years to get, because I'm totally over and done studying. Since I already have a biochemistry degree, that's like, no, I don't want to study or pay for any more degrees.